You didn't meet them by accident. They found you on purpose. You've called it bad luck, wrong timing, wrong person. But if it's happened more than once, the problem isn't luck. Something in you is sending a signal. This video is about that signal. What it is, where it came from, how to turn it off. Most people leave a narcissistic relationship and blame the narcissist. That's fair, but it's incomplete. Because if the same story keeps happening with different people, the narcissist isn't the only variable worth examining. You are the constant. That's not an insult. That's math. And here's what stings most. The thing that draws them to you isn't weakness. It's your empathy, your patience, your ability to see the good in people, even when the evidence says otherwise. Beautiful qualities. In the wrong hands, a map directly to your vulnerabilities. Narcissists don't hunt weak people. They hunt open ones. To understand why you keep attracting them, you need to understand what they're actually looking for. Not love, not connection. Supply. Narcissistic supply. The attention, the reactions, the emotional access, the sense of control. They need it constantly. And they're extraordinarily good at finding who has the most of it to give. So what makes someone a rich source? High empathy. Deep conscientiousness. And underneath all of it, a quiet, often unconscious belief that love has to be earned. That last part is the key. Someone who genuinely believes they're enough, who doesn't need to perform for affection, is boring to a narcissist. Too stable, too hard to move. But someone who lights up at praise, deflates at criticism, and will exhaust themselves restoring harmony when it breaks, that person is exactly what they need. This is where most people stop looking. The attraction to narcissists rarely begins in adulthood. It begins in a home where love was unpredictable, where a parent's mood determined whether you were safe, where affection came and went based on your performance. You learned, before you had words for it, that love is something you maintain, something you earn, something that can be taken away. That lesson became a template, a blueprint for what love is supposed to feel like. And the blueprint says, love feels like uncertainty. Love feels like relief after tension. Love feels like working hard to be chosen. So when a narcissist walks in with their intensity, their charm, their ability to make you feel like the most important person alive, something in you recognizes the pattern. Not consciously, deeper than that. It feels like home. That's the trap. Let me describe some things. You've been called too sensitive by the exact person making your environment unsafe. You've apologized for things you didn't do because the tension was unbearable and someone had to break it. You've explained their behavior to worried friends, defended them, made the case, convinced yourself in the process. You've had moments of clarity where you saw it for exactly what it was, followed almost immediately by doubt. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe they didn't mean it. And the hardest one to say out loud, you believe that if you were patient enough, loving enough, understanding enough, you could fix it. You couldn't, not because you failed, but because that was never a project that could succeed. Here's the reframe. You've been asking, why do I keep attracting narcissists? That's the wrong question. The right question is, what am I still hungry for that they know how to fake? Because love bombing works only when it's offering something you haven't found a consistent source of inside yourself. The narcissist didn't choose you because you're broken. They chose you because you were alive, warm, feeling, open, in all the ways they will never be. The goal isn't to become cold. The goal is to become full. A full person doesn't light up the same way for the simulation. They're not hungry enough to be hooked. Your fullness is your protection. 3 shifts that actually change this. Shift 1. Map your specific hunger. Before the next intense connection, stop and ask, what exactly am I hoping this person will give me? Not love, be specific. Validation? To feel finally chosen? To feel seen by someone impressive? Whatever that answer is, that's exactly what the next one will use to find you. Knowing your hunger makes you harder to hook. Shift 2. Get comfortable with calm. If you grew up in emotional volatility, calm doesn't feel like safety. It feels like nothing is happening. It feels like they don't care enough. So when someone stable shows up, they feel flat. And when someone intense shows up, they feel alive. You have to consciously rewire what safety feels like. The relationship that feels like a heartbeat might actually be cardiac arrest. Shift 3. Watch behavior over time, not words early. Narcissists are exceptional communicators in the beginning. They say the right things. They mirror your values back to you perfectly, but consistency is boring to perform indefinitely. So extend your window. Don't decide who someone is in the first 90 days. Watch who they are when things don't go their way, when you disappoint them. When you have a need they'd rather not meet. That, not the love bombing, is who they are. You are not broken for having loved the wrong people. You were running on a blueprint written before you had any say in the matter. In a home, in a childhood, in a set of early experiences that taught you very specifically what love was supposed to feel like. And for a long time that was the only map you had. But maps can be redrawn. Not quickly, not painlessly, but deliberately. The work isn't to become someone who never gets hurt. The work is to become someone who knows the difference between a real connection and a performance designed to look like one. Once you can see that clearly, once you're no longer hungry enough to be fooled by the simulation, the predators stop finding you interesting. Not because you've become cold, but because you've finally become full.